So we are at the stage that we can give him some definition of the jaw, and then before we mirror him. So right now his jaw is not really pronounced, not really marked. The drawing has some of it, so it's not too difficult to try to do that. And let me try to just get to the x-ray and look at his right view. So you'll see that this edge loop sort of marks a part of it. The one below is a little too much in there, so I'm going to try to work with this edge loop and some of these vertices to try to fix it. So actually I think the best way to do it would be to have the side view here in this panel, and just work with this one on the perspective view out of the x-ray, so I can have a better view of it. So again, we said that this edge is the one that probably will give us a little bit more of a jaw, and he has a sort of like a puffier design for the jaw. So I'm gonna just try to grab this, and just simply try to grab this line. Actually not, we're gonna do that with him, because this one you stretch it back, that one will become a little too stretched here. So actually I'm gonna grab this one, which in the drawing makes some more sense, and try to bring those forward. And yes, that's gonna push him in a little bit, but we are trying to improve that in a little to see how I can get his jaw to come from that ridge. Let's see if we can get some of that. So those guys will have to go out some more, and identify this corner to be more of the corner of the jaw there. And Cicely has a very small back of the head, so all this stuff here it just goes by very fast and passes quickly, and it's opening the opportunity for me to move this edge a little bit forward, because the ear is going to come from these two guys. So what the intention would you have is that you get this edge, generate that jawline that will match this one. You saw me hesitating at first because I was planning to do this one, but the hesitation was because I wanted to use this one, but it wasn't a good idea because I would stretch out this much these guys. So although you could have added some more geometry there, and it's possible that I'm going to end up just adding some little geometry back here. As I said before, I'm just always aware of not trying to get too much geometry if I don't need it. Let me see if I can get by without adding more geometry, just moving these guys out a little bit and forward a little bit, so that I can suggest a jaw there. The other option is this, and it's just to add, if I undo these guys a little bit so that we have a long distance here, I can try to generate a loop that comes down this way here that will force me, and I'm going to bring it and map it around to go around his jaw here. So let me do that. So I'm going to grab the multi-cut tool, which is here, and I'm just going to start from the middle here. If I hit one, it'll be a lot easier to try to do it. And I'm using the insert edge loop because I need it to cut around here this way. And yes, I know we have generated a triangle there, but we're going to take care of that in a minute. Okay, so that goes to the halfway, which is what I care. and that gives me this. And here is a triangle, here is a 5 edge. So as you know the trick already, from this guy to this guy we generate two quads, and this guy becomes a bit easier to manipulate. And of course that gives you the opportunity to work with the jaw there a little bit better, because then this guy can be pulled back a little bit there, and you start seeing a better resolution for it. So it is a chance to get this one like this, and make this guy up. He's stretching a little bit, but we'll fix that in a bit. So it is that this guy will give you a little bit of a pronounced jaw line there. Yeah, I need to clean up a little bit because it's getting a little too bumpy again. But we know the trick for that. We just call the sculpting tool, change the size so I don't affect too many regions, and then try to sculpt and relax whenever needs to be relaxed. If I go too far on this one, that way you're not pushing it, constructing it a little bit. So you see what is happening with him. Because we added geometry here, this got a little bit there, a little bit moved, but okay. So we just need to make sure I look on the side view and he stays still model, and he seems to be still model. I just added the jaw there to give me that line. Yeah, he feels a little bumpy still, but I can do some little extra cleanup as we move on. Increment and save.